tell you the reason why I think Tory Lanez was destined to be the greatest artist in the world. It's as simple as this. You can't feel joy or happiness if you've never felt pain in your life before, if you've never suffered. That to me is the pure essence of not only just being a human, but just knowing what it means to want to feel love and be rejected. To me, that just shows how, like, not innocence, but it just shows, down-to-earth quality of a human being. When you show that, to me, it's like, you gotta show love. And I believe his purpose really is to heal the world of its wounds and combine and unify all kinds of people together. That's why I think Swavy is his ultimate blueprint, and really the idea of mixing all or multiple genres together in a form of one song and create a certain type of vibe can truly heal people. The thing that people misunderstand me about is not about, this and Tory, this and that. To me, I believe his real music does more than just being a hot joint. It's not about just getting lit. I wholeheartedly believe his music can heal people. When you listen to it, you automatically feel joy and happiness. It's not because you're not happy or joyful in life, but you just feel a certain way that you really can't feel when you live in a world without music. He paints that picture so well. And to me, that's a quality that very few can do. You're gonna have your trendsetters out there. Ain't gonna really do much. But to me, Tory took the game of art and music so serious, with respect, I should say, that he really transformed some of the most beautiful creations that you can ever hear. And he was only scratching the surface, in my opinion. Like, you only got 10% of what his full potential was anyways. So to me, that's why I consider all this just a cheap knockoff version of the artist and the man that he truly is. He can do so much better, man. So much. So I'm gonna be real with you. You know what? Screw all the clowning, screw all that. I really don't care. At the end of the day, if there's one thing I want this man to take from my video, is that you got the power. God gave it to you. Don't be afraid to use it. There's so many people out here that's still hurting, that's felt what Tory has felt in life. And depending on how you paint that, it's all in him. And I think as long as his music production, and that's really my biggest critic, as well as certain other things and aspects, I feel like once he discovers himself, if he goes back to his Swavy blueprint for his music production and goes with that idea, like I said, he won't divide people. He won't, because that's what it is right now with this industry stuff that he's got. There's a division between the people that like that type of music and the Tory Lanez fans that really like his old music and are going back and forth with these so-called fans that really are only here for the moment. But I don't think they'll be here treading with them for life. But nonetheless, I don't think that Tory can't win them over eventually and get them to believe in his real music. I just think he's just gotta believe in himself, believe in his sounds, and continue to consistently chase after it and keep putting the work in like he was for a good few years. I do believe he'll turn back. I do. Granted, I'm gonna keep it real, I've just been impatient. Yes, it's true. Very, very true. I just want to hear something, like, give me something to hold on to. Like, one EP, one mixtape, you know what I mean? That's all I need. I know for a fact, I'll give you my own even personal, just view of how he's helped me. To me, Lost Cause was a mixtape based on, really, I feel like, being the ultimate underdog. When people, reject you, when people don't think much of you, when they think you're gonna be nothing, they think you're a lost cause to, I guess, humanity or success. When they pretty much have you against the odds, the back in the corner. To me, I've always been an underdog in my life. It's been like that. From the way I was raised, being a first-generation American, to two wonderful angels, my parents, who I consider, the best guardians God could ever give me to raise me. Not really knowing much about American culture. So me being a naive kid, got played a lot, got fooled a lot by a lot of kids who enjoyed taking part in, in the expense of, my feelings being crushed, me being alone, me feeling like rejected. So I felt that. So when I heard Lost Cause, I definitely felt strongly relatable to that. And also, even with Chicks Take Two, the resemblance of that 90s culture. But it wasn't just about the 90s or the sampling as much as it was him taking the best quality of the 90s, which was that cool swagger. No matter what the situation, you always keep your cool and you do your thing. And if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it is what it is and you move on. That mentality was right there in that tape, as well as Conflicts of My Soul, which was a beautiful masterpiece in its own right, just going from beginning to end. Essentially, there you go. That's your 1950s project, because if you think about it, back then they used to listen to movies, shows through the radio. That's how it felt. We were listening to the whole project like as if it was a movie, a cinematic movie from beginning to end, and it was a phenomenal project, a masterpiece. That with Chicks Take Two, Lost Cause, and of course leading up to I Told You, which was his ultimate introduction to the world. Just his first big step of many steps that's left for him to take on this long journey that God has him on, that he'll definitely continue to carry on eventually. Yeah, he's got so much quality in his music and so much complete overall perfect records from beginning to end that you just really can't do nothing else but vibe out and feel like you're going on a different journey, man. And ultimately, he was a dreamer, and he still believes in his dreams, man. He showed it in his music. So that's just personally how I feel. I feel like dude's music can heal. Whether you're listening to New Toronto to get you turned up, to get you at your most highest, and to get motivated, really. A Lost Cause to remind you that no matter what, you're not alone. That you could still go against the odds and be the ultimate underdog, or you want to play Chicks Take Two, being your cool mentality to do what you gotta do. I told you, really the best tape to show you that no matter what, the ultimate best way to get revenge is with success. That's the ultimate payback to all those who screwed, shitted on you, you name it. Counted you out, didn't think much less of you, thought, less, really, anything you could pull up from a category of what makes someone an underdog or a black sheep, that shit was there. And to me, that was dope too. And I honestly feel like, just like Johnny Rain, man, Tory really is on another level. He's different from the rest of these cats, man. Like, to me, he shouldn't even mess with these industry folks. He's on another platform, another level. Like, dude is so far ahead of everybody. To me, everyone's gonna look at him as the man on top. He's just gotta believe that it's gonna be there, as long as he just continues to work hard and go after it. So yeah, if you ask me, a lot of these fans are gonna be excited for his music and all that, but to me, it's like we're all missing the bigger picture. His blueprint, his dreams, his ambitions. Once he revises that, it's gonna make everything that he's doing now seem pointless and really mute at best, or moot, however you want to use it. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I know I'm speaking pretty low, but I just gotta keep it real with you, man. That's just why I believe he's gonna be the best, and I know a lot of folks support that. I just feel like, personally, I want to say this to him, to his face, and tell him that, and be able to make my peace and move on. That's the one thing I want to get out. Forget everything else. Forget the times when I was pissed. Forget all that, Forget any times when I felt disappointed, whatever. I'm gonna just stick to the optimism and believe that he's gonna come through and carry throughout with his dreams. I want to see him do it. I just believe in it, man. I believe in the man. I believe in his art. The result speaks for itself, what it did for me. Some of my best, highest points in life, whether it was really making good money, having a good time, this dude, music was pumping, all right? Me listening to Tory music is no different than Popeye eating a can of spinach. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It was like, everything upgraded. So, you know, obviously me, the first thing I would definitely want, this is just me kind of being, you know, putting in a request. Let me get a Fargo version of New Toronto 3. Let me get an actual 100%, you know, Argentina Fargo version of what the New Toronto 3 was supposed to be like. That's what I want. First and foremost, give me that. You know what I mean? Like, I already got a couple ideas that I think he could definitely turn that tape to be the best tape going further, you know, until he hits the next one. You know, I mean, for me, I'm like, accidents happen. Shoot, either give us a second verse or get a Nipsey, you know, hustle feature on that track. I'm down with that. Pricey and Spicy, I feel like the original version that he did, the drum pattern, you could tell he switched it up. I'm like, if he just goes back to doing the original one again, rock with that shit, because it gave me that I Told You vibe. The one you hear from the snippet, the on-go snippet. Go with that. I think Lick from New Toronto 2, if he actually makes an extended version of that, turn it into a banger, that song will be his big hit. And I think with that song, potentially, he might actually do something that we haven't seen yet, which is get the ultimate Toronto trio. And if you don't know who that is, the Toronto trio consists of Drake, The Weeknd, and Tory himself. Get all three of them on that same track together and they could kill that shit. That would be phenomenal. You know what I mean? You get that in there. A couple other songs that were dope that should have made the tape. Fatality, I like that one as well. It's a leak. You know, I'm pretty sure he's got songs like that too, but I feel like if he just goes in all hard, you know what Fargo can bring to a New Toronto tape. We got that with New Toronto 1 and New Toronto 2. I feel like that's it. It's a wrap. We're gonna actually get the New Toronto 3 that we really want. Now, I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, he's got that shit with Mad Love, but he could release his own version for free. You know what I mean? Do it for the fans. Do it for all the people that appreciate your work of art. And if you need to decide what art cover you want to do, shit, I got you right here. Ain't no need to trip. Here you go. Right there. Alright. Let me see if I can get that to focus. Probably can't see it that well. But either way, it's a dope cover, man. It's basically him with the Cuban gold links. His face is almost like masked out. You see a bit of smoke coming out. The background, it gives you that feel, the same feel that you felt when you saw on like that Dark Sky Paradise album cover for Big Sean, with like the whole vintage rip out and everything like that. I mean, the cracks in my phone just makes it even look more unique. It's freaking ridiculous. But you know what I mean? Like, it's all good though. You give us that throwback, that street urban feel once more, that down to earth, 100%. You know, Fargo, Tory Lanez version of the New Toronto 3. I'll definitely take that. And I know that this dude is that creative, man. He could do that if he wants to. But yeah, anyways, I'm not gonna go any further than this, man. I just believe in the dude, and this is the reason why. In case you ever want to know why I harp on it so much, that's it. I don't want to do it anymore, man. Overkilling it is gonna like force things, and I don't want things to get forced. I know if they come naturally, it'll hit and it'll be solid. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'd rather say this to him in his face, man. But yeah. I got that telescopic view that most people don't, man. I can see shit so far away that even I'd be second guessing myself. But you know, that's a gift from God that I gotta believe in more often and just roll with it. So yeah, for long term, I definitely believe Tory will get there. I'm just an impatient man, knowing that. I can't wait. That's it. All right. It's your boy Drew Blue signing out. All right. Y'all stay safe and stay blessed. Deuces.